My name's Clare Bennett and I run Pole for Fitness Pole Studio, AOF Aerial School and AOF Champions Gym. We took the pole dancing because I wanted to do something that was slightly different. I wanted to empower women. I wanted to let women that wouldn't come to a gym, and they weren't coming to a gym, better in the world, we could sell fitness to them. These ladies were not exercising in a gym, so we had to try something else. And we took something that made them feel good, it looked good, it gave an impression of something else. So like the gym, people thought of bodybuilders, whereas pole dancing, they thought of slim, attractive people pole dancing. And I think people have just got to do that. They've got to think outside the box and to not believe that everything's been invented or there isn't something else out there for them. I think the skills that have made me successful is I'm not a quitter. My tenacity to do something when I've decided, I've just carried on, and I've got a really good supportive husband who's every step behind me, every step of the way, and I think that between us as a team that we do have strengths and weaknesses, so he helps to push me along and I pull him along at the same time. And we've taken advice off people in the past, and we kind of listen to what people have got to say, but then take on board what we think is going to work best for our business. We know our business, we know our personalities, and I think that's important, is to recognise your own strengths and weaknesses. What we can't do, we outsource. What we can do, we do well. I think the main thing that inspires me is people, just people in general. I can't think of anything, one person or one book that I've read. I read lots of books and I take things from them individually, that I'll take a little nugget and I'll take that away and I'll use it. But what inspires me is to keep going, is the people I see on a daily basis. The girls that come in who are very not very confident and they've got low self-esteem, and then in a year's time they're completely different people. I couldn't stop, and I always laugh and say if I won the lottery I'd still come to work every day and do what I do now, because the passion I have for giving people that motivation to move on and do stuff they never dreamt was possible is what keeps me going, and I love it. The one tip that I'd give to people about running a business, and that really made a difference for us, is have the right people in your business. Because without the right people there to support you and to help you, that you can trust and you can rely on, there's nothing. Because you only need one bad apple to turn the cart, and then it's all over with. And we've had problems like this in the past with people, and I think now I've got a really good team, I've got people I can rely on, and that's why my business is ticking over nicely. Gosh, have I ever wanted to quit? Many times. The problem is I'm not a quitter, and I've never quit at anything I've done, and once I've said I'm going to do something, I carry it through. And yes, there has been times, we've had some very difficult times over the years with the business moving premises, and you look in the bank and you think, are we going to get through this Christmas? Because the gym's quiet and things like that. And I think the thing to believe is that you will keep going, and you do keep going, and there's always a next corner to turn, and something always comes along, and it always has done. I think the greatest bit of advice I was ever given was, what's the worst that can happen? And if you think about what's the worst that can happen, and you run the scenario through in your head, you realise it's actually not that bad. And I have, many years ago, met a gentleman, an American gentleman called Phil Tyne, who was quite inspirational to me and my husband. And he'd been bankrupt, then been a millionaire, then been bankrupt, then been a millionaire. And I think his advice of moving forward, keep going, stick with the programme, I think really stuck with us. And one of my favourite sayings I always tell my children as well is, come on, let's feel the fear and do it anyway. Life's regrets not generally about what we did, but what we didn't do. So, keep moving forward. I don't think I've got one most satisfying moment. I was thinking about this the other day, about what we would class as the pinnacle. And actually, I'm a great believer in looking forward. So anything I've done isn't my greatest achievement, because it's still to come. But I must say, I just look at what I've got here. I look at my business, the people I've helped. I look at my children, and that gives me a warm, fuzzy feeling, because everything I do for it because I love it. I don't get up in the morning and think, oh gosh, it's Monday morning. I don't think, oh God, I can't wait for the weekend, because every day is a fun day for me, and I don't get that nasty feeling about coming to work. I love what I do, I love the people that I meet, and I think the best is yet to come.